Welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. I'm so glad that you're joining me for these messages. It just brings me so much joy to read your cards. Speaking of, my calendar is now open for personal readings. The link for that is in the description below. Of course, anything you could ever want to know about this reading is going to be in the description below. And honestly, that's really all I have. I'm not even sure what decks we're going to be using yet. I just started getting that poking feeling last night to start putting out messages again. So that's what we're going to do. And this is probably the quickest intro I've ever done, but let's get into it. Great. So, let's see who's next. There's only a few. There we go. Gemini. Let's do it. So first, let's get an oracle card from the Everyday Witch Oracle. And then we'll use the Everyday Witch Tarot to get more information for our Geminis. Mars is going to be leaving your sign, next week, I think? So that's exciting. Listening to Wisdom. What a beautiful card. I haven't seen this one yet. I'm kind of laughing because this crow, could you imagine if a crow is just squawking in your ear like that? I don't know if crows squawk. That's just the sound. That's just the word to the sound. Truly though, I mean, there could be a spirit guide, or this even feels like ancestral. You could be seeing a lot of feathers around. They say if you see a feather, it's, a past loved one or a spirit guide, kind of delivering a message to you or making their presence known. Some people say that if you see a feather, it's like confirmation. Whatever you were thinking when you saw that feather, it's like confirmation of that thought. Crows also represent change. Maybe you're seeing crows. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to specifically be a crow, of course. I mean, I'm just saying that simply because, that's the image that's on the card. We're going to read about that card, though. We just need 6 tarot cards. We have the 2 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, Justice, and the 4 of Swords. The 7 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. Love that. We have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Me move these up a little bit. Let me see if that looks okay. Okay. It's the Taurus in me that it has to look good. All right, let's see what listening to wisdom is all about. We spend a lot of time surrounding ourselves with noise. Television, phones, even our own voices. It can be hard to hear anything above the constant hum and buzz of everyday life. But sometimes you have to take time to be quiet and listen. Really listen. Maybe the universe or the gods have been trying to tell you something and you haven't been able to hear it. Maybe it is your own inner wisdom that is crying out to be heard. How will you know if you don't take the time to listen? That's so effing interesting to me because The Hermit card literally says the same thing. Literally the same thing. I feel like I remember a message for Gemini at some point where it was about boundaries and balance. I had to get water. I like the amount of times that I've already stopped and started this video, and it's only been a couple minutes. I just, I wonder if that's like an energy that you've been experiencing to a certain degree, like, starting and stopping, or even just like distraction, almost a ADHD thing of, like you get in your mind like, oh, I need to do dishes. And then on the way to doing dishes, you see something else that you've been putting off doing. So you're like, oh, let me do that. And then I'll do dishes. And then you start that thing. And from that, you realize that there's something else, like it's just like this. And then it's the next day and you haven't even done dishes yet. It's my life. So, okay, let's just start from the beginning with the Two of Pentacles. Pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we spend it, how we save it. It's our time. It's our physical body. It's, materials and resources available to us. And the Two of Pentacles, we can see that this person is standing on a seesaw. And it looks like, for right now, things are in balance. There's this infinity symbol. So to me, the Two of Pentacles always talks about, like I just said, balancing responsibilities. We start with the Ace of Pentacles. It's either a new opportunity, a gift, it's monetary. It could be something to do with our body. And then it's like, okay, how am I going to include this in my already current life? Right? Or how does this thing throw that off of balance? Or how does that thing make things more balanced? And, we have this cat here that is about to land on the seesaw. And that to me feels like something unexpected. And they're looking up, so they don't even see this cat, about to land on there. So it's almost like this test. And I hate the word test. So let me think of a different word, because I hate when people are like, oh, the universe is testing your resolve. No, fuck that. Excuse my language. Clearly I have a thing about that. I'm really not a fan of like the pass or fail thing. That's really what it comes down to. I'm a terrible test taker in the sense of, like I will just go in and just, anyway, I don't know why I'm going off on that tangent, but and that's what I mean. I honestly have no clue what we're even just talking about. So we're just going to move on. And if it comes back to my mind, we'll talk about it. This cat's face is like, it feels a little mischievous, but this doesn't feel like a bad thing to me. It doesn't, and especially with all of the other cards that are out here, it doesn't seem like, if there is something that is unexpected that throws the balance off a little bit, it's almost like it's somehow benefiting you, or it's something that you may not even recognize as being unexpected or kind of throwing you off. And it's paired with the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords are about our minds. It's, truth, honesty, jumping out of my hand. It's how we perceive our realities. It's ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego is in our minds. And our ego is created by the stories that we attach to experiences. And when we get to the Four of Swords, this is saying that this is a time of rest. This is like rest after heartbreak or disappointment, because obviously 4 comes after 3. The 3 of Swords is the card of disappointment, rejection. And when we get to the 4, again, it's this, but it's like purposeful rest. It's allowing yourself to heal. And this is what I mean, right? Because, okay, I hope you can like see this. Okay, I can't see the camera screen, so hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. But there's this cat that comes in, right? But the card that it's paired with is the card of rest, and this cat is sleeping soundly. So this might just be a message about taking it easy on yourself. If you have been having to balance a lot of different things, then the 4 of Swords is saying that the best thing, truly the best thing that you can do for yourself is rest. Which I know sounds like so counterintuitive, and especially if there's a lot of mental, like gymnastics going on, trying to keep these things in balance. It's like the last thing that you feel like you have time for is rest. But it's like imperative. And also too, how many times have I said also in the last 2 sentences? If you have been in a space of, because swords are very much Gemini energy, it's air, right? So, and like I said, with Mars being in your sign, wherever that is in your chart, I mean, obviously it would be wherever your sun, your moon, or your rising sign. I mean, there of course can be other planets in there, but like especially with Mars being in the sign of Gemini, as long as it has been, this is truly giving yourself a break. And if you have been all up in your mental space, because that's kind of what this card talks about too, like, just a lot of distractions, or like I said, responsibilities, just stuff going on. And if there's like, an anxious feeling or stuck even, this is the answer to getting you unstuck. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like laying down prone somewhere, like in bed or on the couch or whatever, right? It doesn't have to be that, but it is outside of the regular hustle. So whatever you find rest in, if that's reading a book, if that's pampering yourself to some degree, if that's, re-engaging in a craft that you enjoy and just kind of allows you to take your mind off of things. It could even be spending time with family or friends, but in the capacity of like decompressing. Because this is how the 10 of Cups feels to me. Like the 10 of Cups it's like the minor arcana card to the sun card. All of these cups are full or half full or whatever. They have something in them, so it's like everybody feels fulfilled. Everybody's needs are being met. This is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Wands is over here. This is the Queen of Cups. This is the King of Cups, the Page of Cups, who will become the Knight of Cups because there's this baby here. But this has this feeling to me of introducing play. There's an admiration, feel to it, but it's like looking to your friend group or your community or your network for opportunities to decompress. I mean, they're having a picnic next to a river here, you know? So, like, it's like allowing room for this type of energy. It doesn't have to be, obviously, like a family. Family can be biological or chosen. It doesn't have to be with somebody that you're like romantically involved with, right? I mean, obviously that's kind of how it looks on this card, but and maybe if you are in a romantic relationship, this could be needing to like bring some sort of focus back to the relationship. Like if, you know, if the day-to-day grind and the day-to-day relationship or responsibilities is the word that I meant to say, has just really kind of taken it out of you, then this is saying, figure out where there is an opportunity to fill your cups back up, but like together. And again, right, I mean, that could be romance if you are in partnership. It could be with friends, like just reconnecting even with friends that you haven't seen in a while, just getting support from them to help fill your cup, and by doing so it would fill theirs. With work too, again, finding an opportunity to step outside of the normal hustle and bustle and show appreciation in some capacity. This could even be something that is coming in for you. Like the efforts that you have been putting in are going to be recognized, because we even have the Seven of Pentacles here, and the Seven of Pentacles is about, the fruits of your labor. This is recognizing that, the energy that you put into a thing is going to be the energy that you get out of that thing. This could also even be advancement in some capacity, because clearly there's grapes on here, right? They're not being harvested yet. They're still on the vines. So again, still focusing your energy on a thing. Pentacles, money, career, physical body, all of those things that we mentioned before, right? But it would, with this wine glass here, the assumption is that these grapes are eventually going to be used for making wine. There's this book here too. So there could be something that you are learning, and maybe that's even possible because of this Ten of Cups. Because it's very interesting, because both of these cards talk about working towards a goal, right? Like the Ten of Cups didn't just happen overnight. The Ten of Cups, it's at the end of the journey through the suit, right? It's like you start with the Ace, you work your way through, you get to the Ten of Cups. That could be the goal. That could be what this situation is. That could be what you are working towards here. And this is a reminder to continue to try, is the word that's coming to mind. Because even getting to this point of having this orchard here, right, like would have taken some trial and error. It would have taken trying things, learning with this book here, recognizing when something is ready to be harvested. That's very interesting. And then we have the Justice card, which is the card of Libra. There doesn't have to be a Libra involved, but just pointing it out there. Justice talks about getting what you deserve, good or bad. It's about the scales balancing, fairness. There's a bit of a karmic aspect to it as well, because again, even with this card and the 10 of Cups, like, the efforts that you have made and getting what you deserve from those efforts. Libra is also air. So still, within the realm of Gemini, with it being air, there could be something to do with like a court case or the law. This could even be something falling off, like your credit for some reason is why. I don't know. That just came to mind. It just was like plopped into my head. We have these black and white cats here. So, like they're still like their paws are out and they're kind of hissing at each other, but in balance. They also, they do have a blindfold on, but one of their eyes isn't covered. So this again has this energy of recognition and acknowledgement. It's again, oh my gosh, how many times have I said the word again and also in this reading? Too many. Probably. But I love that the Justice card is coming after these two, because it does have this feeling of the efforts that you have made, right? Like the energy and emotion that you have put into a thing. There is some benefit coming in for that, like to the point where you are going to be able to see it. You are going to be able to recognize it in some capacity. And maybe there is some sort of clarity coming in because of this whole situation happening. And this would be like divine timing. This would be saying that this process happened to get you exactly where you are or exactly where you're going. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Hell yeah. The Queen of Wands, she knows. She knows who she is. Okay? He, she, or they. It's not gender specific. When we talk about the queens are like when we recognize the energy of the suit within ourselves, like we embody the energy of the suit. We have to recognize it in ourselves before we can, share it with other people. And that's when we get to the wands are fire. It's motivation. This could even be Mars, again, because Mars is Aries specifically. And I'm only mentioning Mars as many times as I have because Mars has been in Gemini for so long. And like I said before, it would depend on, that area of your life would depend on what house Gemini falls in for you. And especially with it leaving Gemini this month, it's like this is going to be in some capacity the quote unquote gift that Mars is leaving behind in your sign. Because there would be some sort of transformation here. Like they're sitting on top of a dragon. Right? Like wands are about creativity, desire, passion, the actions that we're taking, how we're communicating our passions and our desires. It could be information coming in or going out. There's this air of confidence with this queen. But literally it's like presenting yourself authentically. Like they have flames on their shoes. Red is very vibrant, right? Like you can't really miss red. So if you show up wearing red somewhere, and maybe this is even a message to do that. If there's some sort of event coming up or something where there's going to be other people, this would be boldly showing up. There's also, like I said, creativity. There's a creative aspect to this. Fun, imaginary, fantasy type of energy with the dragon. But I love that it's coming after justice because this could even be, oh my gosh. This combination came up one other time. And it's like this is the transformation, going from almost like rigid and like too by the book or muted, almost is the word that I keep hearing. Dim to like showing out, like fully showing up, embracing what you want, like going for what you want, talking about what you want, making a decision that that thing is what you want, right? This could be two aspects of the same person too. I mean, this could be daytime you, this could be nighttime you. I love that. I love that. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love that. And like I said, we have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. Again, same message as, okay. Same message as listening to wisdom. This almost feels like returning to your why, like not letting other people influence what you do, how you express yourself, what you want, because that keeps coming up. But it would take really grounding within yourself, because that's what the Hermit card talks about, is going within to receive your own message, to receive your own wisdom. Virgo is earth. So, that's where the grounding thing comes from. 10 of Pentacles, again, this family aspect or community. There's the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. And then this random kid down here. This is like legacy type stuff too. Again, with the grapes, again, with the happy home, happy life thing with Pentacles, it's, again, everybody's needs are being met, whether that's monetarily, whether that's physically. It's like everybody is on the same page. We have the Six of Pentacles, give and take. There could be a grant coming in or a loan with this. It's charity. You could be volunteering. In some capacity. But this is also like recognizing that you have something that can be shared with other people. I mean, this could be training. You could be a trainer or you could be receiving training. It could be tuition reimbursement. It could be some sort of like share aspect, because again, you could be putting in your time and getting something in return. But this is very even. The Six of Pentacles. It really is like reciprocity. It really is like what you give, you are getting in return. We have the Page of Cups. Like I said, they're here literally in the same outfit with the same paint still on their shirt. This talks about imagination, also fun, play, being inspired, and how that makes you feel. The Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, contentment, eyes are closed. Same with that card. Same with the Hermit card, returning to center, the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, the Queen of Swords. This is very like individual, like back here. Beautiful. Amazing. I love this for you, Gemini. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.